Oh, no, don't worry. We always plan to lay them off. Don't worry. When 2 years ago, when we started AAA Game Studio, we always planned to shut it down before they even put out a single game. We're playing 4D chess, baby. Netflix is replacing its AAA game studio with more AI junk. Netflix, after shutting down its AAA game studio filled with former God of War and Overwatch talent, Netflix announced a new initiative powered by AI. First of all, I didn't cover this. I meant to, where they're going all in on AAA gaming. They hired like major talent, and then they just decided to drop it. Like they canceled it kind of out of nowhere without even releasing a game. It's like it feels weird to put this much effort in and have that much talent, not even release a game. I feel like it can't possibly be because the game is that bad. I feel like executives probably just like changed their mind and was like, we don't want to do this anymore. Fucking AI is the future, baby. First of all, let's talk about the actual shutdown here. Netflix reportedly shuts down AAA Game Studio, dismantling a team of former God of War, Overwatch, Halos, and Gears of War devs. The studio known as Team Blue appeared to be pursuing some ambitious multi-device and big-budget stuff behind the scenes. This would have been fueled by a team full of experienced people, including Overwatch executive producer. Was there any info on what the game was itself? Those two are the only veterans of big games to their name. Yeah. GameFile reports that Netflix declined to confirm how many people have been affected by Team Blue's closure. So we axed our AAA development team. What do we do with that? What do we do after the axing? Just days after reportedly closing AAA Game Studio, studio industry leader Talent is playing a truly novel game experience powered by generative AI. We're gonna have to get a drink soon to handle all this news here. Things get worse every day. Would you like to play a game that's devoid of any artistic direction and just kind of looks all weird? Do you want to play the video game equivalent of the Polar Express, visually speaking? Do you want everything to just look kind of off? Well, we got the thing for you. News comes from a LinkedIn post from Microsoft founder. I feel like all bad news going forward for the next 20 years is going to start with the words, it comes from a LinkedIn post. Founder and previously the vice president of Netflix Games and now the new VP of Gen AI for Games at Netflix. Great. It's a whole division. At long last, I'm ready to talk about what I'm doing next. I am working on driving a once-in-a-generation inflection point for game development and player experiences using generative AI. The transformational technology, he says, will accelerate the velocity of development and unlock truly novel game experiences that will surpass, delight, and inspire. It's admittedly a bit alarming considering the company's recent studio closures. I can go out of his voice now. It's admittedly a bit alarming considering the company's recent studio closures and loss of talent like the Overwatch executive producer and God of War Ragnarok art director. But according to Verdu, it'll run on a creator-first system. Oh god, dude, is this his entire LinkedIn post? Dude, just at this point, start a blog. God damn. We're gonna have to read through this whole post. I'll do it all in his very pompous voice that I've assigned him. At long last, I'm ready to talk about what I'm doing next. I'm working on driving a once-in-a-generation inflection point for game development and player experiences using generative AI. This transformational technology will accelerate the velocity of game development by unlocking the truly novel game experiences that will surpass delight and inspire players. I am focused on creator-first vision for AI, one that puts creative talent at the center, with AI being a catalyst and an accelerant. AI will enable big game teams to move much faster and will put an almost unimaginable collection of new capabilities in the hands of developers and smaller game teams. I don't entirely disagree with this, actually, that AI wouldn't be a useful tool. Even generative AI wouldn't be a useful tool for game developers. The example that I use is, let's say you're making a game and like you're playing like Last of Us Part 3 or something, right? Exploring like an old abandoned lamps plus, like a lamp store. You know, you go in and there's like hundreds of lamps there. If you were to make that room, that level or something like that now, what you would do is you would model maybe 10 lamps and then you would duplicate those lamps to make 100 lamps or like 1,000 lamps, however many you need. You wouldn't actually model 100 or 1,000 individually modeled out lamps. It would take too long, and at the end of the day, it doesn't super matter, and no one's really going to notice. Say you did want those to all be unique. You could model 10, train your own proprietary generative AI on the models that you made, and then have it replicate 90 additional unique lamps that all maintain the art style or the art direction that you established with those first 10 lamps. That is an example of how you could use something like even generative AI to help game development without reducing any jobs. because that's another thing too. A lot of times I feel like generative AI is just like, oh, well, this is going to take somebody's job, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to, I don't think. Ideally, in a perfect world, if we could harness AI for good, you take a team of 200 people, and instead of taking them 6 years to make a game, it takes them 3 years. That's the ideal scenario. The reason why none of this feels like any of that, why this all just feels scummy and shitty, is because you closed down a whole fucking dev team. You did the thing. You already laid off the people. Why, if these AI tools were really going to empower creators, why not empower the creators that you already had on your payroll? I don't understand that part, unless they're just doing shitty business. Over the past 3 years, I worked with an amazing leadership team to build Netflix games from the ground up, including the creation of a robust internal game studio, establish a world-class publishing organization, and collaboration with Netflix's cross-functional teams to deliver awesome games to Netflix members on mobile and TV and PCs through the cloud. We've delivered 100+ games, increased game engagement by multiples, and rolled out a test cloud streaming TV and PC to several countries. I'm very proud of this. However, after starting and selling 3 startups, building 3 new divisions and larger organizations, I recently acknowledged that my strength is 0 to 100 or 0 to 1,000 in terms of employees. Wait, what? Wait, what? When Netflix games hit scale, I knew the time had come to hand off to someone who can take this enterprise to the next level. Okay, whatever. This is classic LinkedIn filler. Gen AI is the next challenge. I don't think I've been this excited about an opportunity in this industry since the 90s. Okay. Sure. I wonder what that thing was in the 90s I was so excited about. When we saw the new game launch every few months. Oh, I don't think I've been so excited about the opportunity in the industry since the 90s. He answered my question in the following sentence. Perhaps I should have just read on. When we saw a new game launch every few months that redefined what was possible. It was an incredible time to be making games. The talented creators showed all of us what the future looks like. Guess what? We're back to those days with seemingly unlimited potential and the rapid pace of innovation, which results in mind-blowing surprises for players every few months. I'm here to tell you, brother, that time never left. Games have only come out more and more frequently ever since that point. We never hit a point where it's like, there's just no games. Now, granted, each individual game takes a shit ton longer to make. Maybe that's what he's talking about. But, like, so far, these are all just ideas. There's no proven test case that this is going to actually accelerate game development, but we'll see. Again, I think it can be done. I just don't think the way they're going about doing it right now. Doing all this right after laying a bunch of people off just isn't a great sell for your proposition, I don't think. I can't believe how lucky I am to be alive. What time to be alive? When a wave this big is about to hit the game industry, many view this technology of fear. But I am a game maker at heart, and I see the potential to unlock all of us, to create mind-blowing experiences for players, to lift us to new heights. Yes, we'll have to adapt and change, and some of you might die, and some of you might get laid off. But that is a sacrifice that I am willing to make. But when have we failed to meet that challenge as an industry? I couldn't be more thrilled about this new initiative. Pay no mind to the uninformed speculation in the media about the changes in Netflix games. Pay no mind to the layoffs. What you've seen over the last several months was actually a planned transition. Oh no, don't worry. We always plan to lay them off. Don't worry. 2 years ago, when we started AAA Game Studio, we always planned to shut it down before they even put out a single game. We're playing 4D chess, baby. And yes, I will completely be delighted to be back out in the frontier, trying to put a dent in the universe. Here, look at this AI-generated image that I threw in at the bottom of the post. This is the quality of art you can start to expect from our games. Fascinating and depressing. Again, I'm not even like opposed to generative AI being used as a tool. I just think that like it has to be done very carefully, and so far it feels like they're just kind of like throwing shit at the wall. Anyway, we'll see. Time will tell.